Carlo Jr. and they said I would never do this live. I decided, what the hell, let's go for it. I'm going to tell you how to make bolognese sauce. It's been our biggest seller since we opened. People go crazy about it. They ask for it. They email us. They tackle me in the streets, the bolognese lovers. Believe it or not, tackle me in the streets. But here I am, right here today, to tell you exactly how to make it. Preston, bring it in here. Let me tell you about the ingredients. So, the key is that we use proportionally a pound of pork, a pound of beef, and a pound of ground veal. You can get that in any supermarket. They might call it meatloaf mix. If not, you can ask the butcher. A pound each. Okay. Then I took carrots, celery, and onion, and it's about 2 cupfuls of carrot, celery, and onion, and I put them in a robo-coup, a Cuisinart, or you can chop them by hand. Okay? I like to chop them nice and fine because I like it integrated with the meat and the sauce. I have salt, I have pepper, and I have fennel seeds. I like the fennel seeds. I think it gives bolognese a good flavor. We always put fennel seeds in it. And our pork has no fennel. It's just ground pork. And to finish off the sauce, I have some mascarpone and some Reggiano Parmigiano grated. And of course, as always, I have delicious Italian tomatoes in juice. So, the key here is to get a nice hot pan, get a big enough pan. Now I'm going to use a giant pan because that's all we have in this kitchen. So, yeah, that's a giant pan right there. We're going to use a giant pan, but I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to put the ingredients, get them going, and then I'm going to show you what the meat has to look like before we finish it up with the sauce, the fennel, the salt and pepper. So here we go. We're going to start it up. We'll be right back. I got to light the stove, get the pot hot. Once the pot is hot, we'll be right back. We're going to show you how to make bolognese. Believe it or not, please stay tuned. Olive oil, extra virgin, very important. My father, God bless him, when he was alive, used to make me take a tablespoon of this every single day. That's why I'm so good looking. I don't drink it anymore, I just eat with it and I cook with it. So here we go. A little olive oil on the bottom of the pan to get it started. I got the pan nice and hot. You don't use this big a pan at home. I add the pork, beef and veal, and then you need to break the meat up. And I use this breaks it up when it gets hot. A whisk. And as it cooks, you just break it up. Then I add my 2 cups of celery, carrot, and onion. We want to cook that all together. It gets super duper flavor. So this is like a giant frying pan. Maybe a little bit big for this application, but we're going to make it work because we started with it and we never quit. We never quit. We never quit. Whoa. So bolognese, breaking up the meat. You can see this starting to look like just crumbled beef or crumbled meat in the bottom of the pan. And you don't want to have any big pieces because you want to fully integrate all the 3 meats, the celery, the carrots, and the onion. I'm looking a little dry here, so I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. Olive oil never hurts. Okay, we're going to let that brown up. The next step is tomato. And here I use an Italian tomato, a whole tomato, and I just broke up the tomatoes with my hand. And once this is nice and cooked, which it just about is, and remember, this is live. You're watching it here. What did this take? 2 minutes, 3 minutes on a hot stove. We're going to add about 10 3-ounce ladles, 9, 10, 30 ounces of tomatoes. I might add a little bit more once the consistency comes around. Definitely adding a little bit more tomatoes, so 10, 11, 12 ladles, 12 3-ounce ladles, approximately. I like to break up the tomatoes, any big pieces. I broke them up with my hand before. And we see, I'm cooking this very quickly because I'm using a lot of heat. At home, you can't cook it this quick because you don't have the BTUs. That's the juice, the heat coming. You don't have the flames like this. So I got 4 flames going on this big pot. These flat big pots like this, it's called a rondelet, a French pot. They cook great, very even, and you can cook very fast in it. I love to cook in these pots. It seems big to start, and then you go from there. Then, fennel seed. I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of fennel seed for the 3 pounds of meat. 2 to 3 tablespoons, and that's a personal preference. Fennel is very aromatic. It has a lot of flavor. Depends if you like it or not. I suggest it, but that's up to you. I added salt and pepper. If you can only smell this, it's hard to smell through the TV or through the computer or through a video. If you could smell this, you would be very hungry right now. So here we go. We've been on the air for what, 5, 6 minutes? Prestonio?
6.5.
6.5 minutes. And our sauce is just about done. So I'm going to let it cook for another minute or 2. And then I'm going to cook some pasta, finish it up, show you how we finish it up. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at the look, the flavor, and the taste. Because I'm going to tell you about the flavor and the taste. You're going to see the look, but it's going to be very impressive here. This stuff is unbelievable. We sell a lot of it, and it's very simple to make. We'll be right back with the final product. Okay, we're back in action. The sauce is done. You can see it. It came out beautiful, all melded together. What I'm going to do is take a saute pan, put enough for an order in there. Now this, you can cook it and freeze it after it cools down. This would probably feed 10 to 12 people, a couple pounds of pasta. So I got 2 saute pans here. What I did over here was I didn't pre-cook. It just, you can see it's still steaming. I have rigatoni and homemade spaghetti, and I'm going to put the homemade spaghetti and the rigatoni in the pan. And so the pasta was hot, the sauce was hot. This is mascarpone cheese. If you don't have mascarpone, you can use a little ricotta cheese. It's fine. I put about 1 tablespoon when I'm mixing the sauce with the pasta. You can do it in a big bowl. Don't be afraid of the mascarpone. Makes it nice and creamy. And then I'm doing a sprinkle of Reggiano Parmesan on top. Okay, heat's off. Now we plate them up. With the rigatoni. Spaghetti. Sprinkle on top, rigatoni bolognese, spaghetti bolognese, my famous bolognese. For you, my viewers, anytime you ask, call, email, Facebook, Twitter, find us, and we'll do it for you. We'll find time for you. We appreciate the business. We appreciate the views. Send it to your friends. This is the best bolognese on the planet, bar none. Try it out. Email back. Tell me what you're eating it with. Tell me what you're going to drink with it, what kind of wine or what kind of salad. I want to hear all about it. Thanks for listening. Victor Rallo Jr. in his favorite kitchen. We'll be back real soon.